Have you ever had that gut feeling, that little voice in the back of your head telling you something is off? I ignored it for months. I told myself I was just being paranoid. After all, Sarah and I had been married for 8 years. We had built a life together, a home, and we were supposed to be a team. But the late nights at work started piling up. The business trips became more frequent, and the distance between us grew into a chasm. She'd come home smelling of a perfume I didn't recognize and would quickly jump in the shower. Her phone, which used to be left on the counter, was now glued to her hand, screen down, always. When I tried to talk to her, she'd just laugh it off. "You're imagining things, Mark," she'd say. "You know how stressful my job is right now?" She'd call me insecure, even controlling. She was so good at twisting it, at making me feel like I was the one with the problem. I started to doubt my own sanity. Maybe I was just being needy. Maybe I was the one pushing her away. I loved her, so I chose to believe her. I wanted to believe her, but the feeling just wouldn't go away. It was a constant knot in my stomach. The turning point came on our anniversary. I had planned a surprise dinner at the restaurant where we had our first date. I spent the whole day getting everything perfect. I even bought her the necklace she'd been admiring for weeks. She was supposed to be home by 6. 6 came and went, then 7, then 8. I called her phone, and it went straight to voicemail. "Emergency at the office," she texted back an hour later. "So sorry, we'll make it up to you. Don't wait up." My heart sank. Not again, not tonight. Something inside me just snapped. On a whim, driven by a feeling I couldn't explain, I decided to check our shared tablet. We hardly ever used it, but it was linked to her account. There it was. A notification from a hotel booking app. A confirmation for a room booked for that very night. But it wasn't under her name. It was under his, her work colleague. The same one she mentioned was helping her on all those late-night projects. The pieces of the puzzle slammed together so hard it knocked the air out of my lungs. The late nights, the secret calls, the sudden distant, it all made a horrible, sickening kind of sense. I confronted her the next morning. Calmly, I laid the hotel confirmation on the kitchen table. I watched her face as she looked at it. For a second, I saw a flicker of panic in her eyes. But then, the mask slipped back on. She started with denials, then accusations. She told me I had trust issues, that I'd invaded her privacy. She swore he was just a friend, that they were working on a presentation, and it got too late to drive home. She lied. She lied with a straight face, looking me right in the eye, as if our 8 years together meant absolutely nothing. She lied until the very end. But the truth has a funny way of coming out, doesn't it? It doesn't need your permission. A few weeks later, a mutual friend, riddled with guilt, finally told me everything. They'd been seeing each other for over a year. It wasn't just a one-time thing. It was a whole other life she was living behind my back. Hearing it from someone else was the final nail in the coffin. There were no more lies she could spin. The truth was out, and it was brutal, but it was also liberating. It hurt more than I can describe, but it also set me free, because you can't build a future on a foundation of lies. It's the truth, no matter how painful, is the only place you can start to rebuild. Thanks for listening. If you've been through something similar, remember you're not alone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.